Hello, 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 hello. This is your man, Nicholas Shepherd of the Shepherd Family Enterprise Business Administration Information Systems Consultants. And what I'm doing right now, I have to remake the video that I previously had because of the fact that a couple of my subscribers said that the volume went out. Okay. Well, that video I made kind of late and stuff like that. So what I did, I said, okay, what I'm gonna do, I have this one here. Okay, so I said kind of like saved. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and do some edits to the other one and join it up. Okay. But anyway, um, this is my open forum off the top, and the basis of this open forum is what have you accomplished this week? Okay, this is open forum number 16, and I would like for you to support our business network efforts by clicking the subscribe button to my YouTube channel and like and then share with your friends. Okay. Also, go ahead and click that alarm. Okay, a little alarm bell that's right to far right, and so that whenever I make new YouTube videos, you can actually get some alert. Okay. All right. Now this form is for those who have an idea where they are really going in life. Okay. Plus, for those who want to expand, where they're going today in today's environment. So the questions are: who are you? Okay. And where are you going? And you really don't know who you are until you see what you are in real terms. Okay. Who should you listen to? Uh, where are men today? And why is there still viewable men in a young boy's body? All right. So that's going to be the whole scope of our discussion today. And like I was saying, is that there's a lot of things going on in our society right now. And those of you who that's out there, some of you may know exactly the direction you're going, and some of you may think you know where you're going, but at the same time, you are going through some things where it's that you're just really going around in circles. Okay, I talk to people every day, and I see people doing a lot of different silly things. Okay, which I don't care to discuss, but I will go into it, not in detail, but excuse me, I'm drinking some coffee. But I will talk about it. Okay. All right. So the thing is, who are you? Okay. Really, who are you? Do you really know who you are? Um, have you actually evaluated yourself and said, okay, at my current age, all right, with my college education, my skill sets, and family life, social life, everything like that. How am I viewed to the people who I interact with every day? Okay, or casual acquaintances. All right. These things are very important if you're trying to get off into business and everything like that. Um, I've seen people and I talk to people a lot. People who's trying to start businesses and they're thinking about it, but they really haven't discovered who they are. All right. And I try to explain them in the little time that I have because most people attention span is only like between 30 seconds and 160 seconds, something like that, something like 3 minutes. But if you can, pick out a point and be very, very specific what you want to tell this individual and make sure that it leaves an everlasting impact on them. Okay. I found out, okay, as a business consultant and as a professional, that a lot of your conversation, a lot of your guidance takes time, right? You have to stand firm in who you are and what you represent. Okay. Me as a professional, and as a leader, and as a business professional, I have to be careful. I have to be very careful because of the fact that there are individuals out there who try to just try to discredit you based on your responses to a lot of stupid stuff, right? So what you have to do basically is sit there and say, okay, um, how can I get this information off to this person without hurting their feelings? Sometimes it takes weeks, months, okay, or probably years to feed this information to an individual until they make that transition. Um, I've learned through my professional life and my personal life, everything like that. I've tried a lot of different techniques, right? I watch people, okay, and I speak to them. Some people you got to be very firm with, and I'm not talking about kids, man. I'm talking you got some people out there have a very childlike mentality, whereas that they feel because they're a certain age they don't have to listen to anyone, right? And even though you see error in what they're doing in the direction they're going, they still will refuse to listen to what you know as a professional. All right. So, how can you go about grabbing this information? You have to watch, right? You have to watch these individuals, right? And don't watch them as if you're trying to like spy on them, but you just observe them, casually observe them to see what they're doing, and try to take some type of mental note of what this individual is doing, who they interact with on a day-to-day basis, um, you know, what makes them laugh, what type of conversations they get themselves into, and everything like that. And by you doing this, you'll find out that you could just plant little seeds, right, into their mind, positive seeds, right, to make them more responsible. Okay. Um, there are people out there that overreacts, right? They have identity issue. They have identity issues, whereas that they feel that everybody is like out to get them, right? And if you meet an individual like this, and it is sad, but if you meet an individual like this, you have to work with them very delicately. Okay, you get to it, get my drift. You have to deal with them in a very special way, and you have to have patience. I'm sorry, you have to be firm with them. And some of you look at the fact that you'll say, "Well, hey, listen, this is a grown person, and they're not a kid, and I'm not going to talk to them like they're a kid." Well, it's not about talking to anyone like a child, right? It's about you being a responsible authority, right, or an educated and well-informed professional, and you're delivering information as an individual based on information that you actually either retained or researched or read about. Okay. Um, and you talk to individuals, not pointing out anything, but trying to get as much information about this individual's behavior or whether they're doing, they may, I'm not saying they may not be bad, they're not bad, anything like that, but it may be they have room to grow. Some people really do not want to, grow because there's a lot of distractions in their life, Um, like I said, my part-time job that I work, uh, um, there's a lot of individuals out there, co-workers, and like they they they're distracted right now. There's a lot of young girls at my part-time job, and they're young girls, y- y- and these guys they're young too, and they're distracted by these young ladies, right? And some of them even take the liberty to ask me what I think about these people. And it's not that the young ladies aren't attractive. I just don't look at them long enough to desire them, okay? Because me as a professional, I'm supposed to treat them as a client, right? A potential client. It may not be today, right? It may be a couple of years from now. But see, as I deal with them and I talk to them, and I'm always talking about my business and what I do and everything like that, and I try to keep a positive uh, um, image around them. And I'm a very hard worker, right? So um, if they decide they want to work with me and ask me, I say, well, no, I know this guy. He's a very serious guy, he's really, he always nice and neat. He talks, he's very manable, he's a hard worker. He has this business, I got this business card. Um, why don't you get him a call and see what he can do for you, right? Um, those are the type of things that would happen if you have patience, okay? So that's just one portion of the conversation, all right? Um, if you're trying to grow in the environment that you're in, all right, and you really don't know how to do it, sometimes it takes to be able to take constructive criticism, all right. um I'm very open for everything, right. People tell me certain things, and I notice that there are some individuals that will say something to me, and they go around and do the total opposite of what they talked about, right. And you have to be very careful with these individuals because they will destroy you. You understand? Because their mentality level is, I'm not saying it's low, but it's not structured to a point where they can help you, right? Um, there's individuals out there that only care only about themselves. So, what happens when you meet an individual like this, right? You meet individuals that they have to care about only thing they care about themselves, and but they may, you never know who these individuals talk to, right? You understand? And they may not like you, may not tell you openly, because I know people talk about me, negatively and anything like that, but they can never say that I'm a shyster. They never say I'm not a hard worker. They never, people might say that, out of enviousness or that, But like I say, I'm almost 60 years of age, and I cannot work like a 19-year-old, 24-year-old, right? But at my age, I bet you, over 85% of them younger adults, I work a lot harder than they do, okay? Because a lot of this wasn't structured to work that way, okay? So, the next thing is, uh, um, like, who are you, right? Like, really, look at me like, who are you, all right? And where are you going, right? When you get up in the morning, what are you trying to do? Right? Do you have a schedule? Do you have a list of things that you want to accomplish today? Every day when you get up, you should have a plan. You should have a plan of when I get up, I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. And you must stick to those plans. If you don't, if let's say that something comes up where it's that you can't do that, then what you do, you need to take that subject line or that task and place it somewhere else, right? And then put it at the top of the next list because it's very important that you accomplish everything on your list before you make another list of things or objectives you need to take care of, right? Um, and you just move it over, all right? Okay, so you have to do these things because if you don't do it, you're going to find yourself procrastinating, you know. Um, you have to know who you are in real terms, right? And um, I can go on and on and on about this and talk to you about a lot of different things, but you got a lot of people out there that's really screwed up, man. And you'll talk to them and you try to get them information about who you are, what you want to do in your life, and all the other stuff like that. And people will not tell you, right? They'll talk about you behind your back, you know what I'm saying? Or they'll openly criticize you, right? And, but you have to understand is that you have to be strong, right? You have to be strong. And you have to be able to absorb this information and laugh that stuff off, man. Don't never, I'm like, I get discouraged, right? When I see individuals utilizing a situation for their personal gain, even though they know that what they're doing is, you know, they're doing it half-heartedly, right? And they're doing it just to get away with stuff that, I, like I said, I've seen individuals every day, right, out when I'm out and about, stuff like that, and some be taking business, take care of business, and some people may not be taking care of business for the situation is. But what happens that they they're so busy, right, worrying about other people instead of figuring out where do I want to be, in the next 6 months, right? How can I bring in, additional income? I was listening to 50 Cents, right? And 50 Cents was saying, he made a statement like, you know, um, he works, right? But whenever he said he only get paid when he did a show, you understand? He said that he got to a point where in his television series, he killed himself off, right? And he said that when he did that, they said, well, how can a person that owns a television series kill himself off? But he said that what he did, he said he got the thing running on autopilot so that no matter, even it doesn't matter that he killed himself off, they know that's his show, man. You know what I'm saying? And he is a forefront runner of the activities. And I'm quite sure you got other people out there giving him advice, everything like that. But the theme belongs to him, okay? And he's sitting back and making money. Um, okay, like myself, um, I got into stock, right? And I'm still learning, right? I'm not a stock advisor or anything like that, I'm far from it. I don't have a degree in finance, stuff like that, I suck at math, but I'm good with formulas, right? So the situation is there are individuals out there who making a lot of money in stock, right? I'm trying to be like that. And yes, if you invest in the stock, everything like that, you're going to lose money, right? I've learned that just having patience, right? And don't put all your money in one pocket, right? On one stock, you know, put a little bit on each one of them. You know what I mean? Like buy 5 shares. You may have enough money to buy 1,000 shares, but don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's a short thing. You got big money makers out there. They do day trades, man. You know, and they was talking about this hedge fund people too, and what they do, they get together, they put their money together, and they buy a bunch of stock and stuff like that, and then they turn around and they sell it, right? You know what I'm saying? And they put the money in a bucket, right? And they keep doing that until, then I don't know how to go about dividing the money up, but they wind up dividing the money up, right? And that's how they make their money. Um, it's a fiendish way to make money because you kind of like you really ripping people off, right? But because what you do, you go in there and you have all these people jack the price up, push the price way up, right? And then after they buy thousands of shares, man. I'm talking thousands of shares, right? And then what they do, they sell it, man. You know what I'm talking about? They sell them, man. They sell all their fucking shares, man, and make all that money. And then while you're not looking, the stock prices just drop down, and you lose a lot of money, man. So um, you got to watch, what's going on with stock, So don't, just till you get the idea exactly what's going on, just be careful, right? Um, so that brings me to the point where who should you listen to, right? And you should listen to people who you feel are experts in the field, right? Um, I try to listen to other motivational speakers. I try to listen to financial advisors, people who made mistakes um, in stocks and lost a lot of money and stuff like that, And I try to find out a lot of stuff myself because, if you look at different things, and it can be housing or rental property, real estate, whatever. You know, everybody can't get the cream of the crop, right? But you can, buy something and then wait to see what happened and then resell it, right? I'm talking about you really have to be able to, go out there and listen to some of these individuals, man. Who knows? And sometimes it may be kind of boring because a lot of us we want to make money. Like I would love to make a fortune in 6 months, man. But I'm just not that. I'm just not part of that group of people that would do that, right? And then I don't have that type of investment funds. You talking about like I'm trying to make like $500,000 in the next 6 years, right? But it's hard, man. Because it's not that I can't make it. Okay, the point is people let me in to make it. You know what I'm talking about. So, but once people let you in, the money is available for you to either borrow, to reinvest, and buy things to help you reach your goal, or they give you a stock tip or a tip on something. Listen, they say, listen, invest in this right here, right? And I guarantee you in the next whatever, you're gonna be rich, okay? And you have to take heed to those different things. But it all boils down to you listening, right? Listening to people who know, right? And then once you get to a point that you understand the direction that you're going, then you'll know where you are, okay? And you have to look at things like it's like playing chess, right? You got to look like 3 or 4 moves, ahead of the game, man. I'm talking like because you got people out there who already got this thing down pat, and they got a team of people trying to outthink you, So you can't do it by yourself. So you need to get with some people. You can't do nothing by yourself, man. You're gonna need people around you who can help you, and it's gonna take a while. So, and I talk to a lot of, and I'm telling you, young people that's looking at this video, cut the fat from your life, okay? And what I mean by fat, people that are unnecessary. You know, I talk about my previous videos about writing down a lot of different things about yourself. Um, where you want to be in the next 6 months, where you want to be in the next 5 years, 10, 20 years, whatever the situation financially. Um, I've been working on the Shephard Enterprise Business Administration and Information Systems consultants for over 25 years. Okay, I'm gonna say over 30 years, right? Because when I first started my business, I was in high school, and there are individuals out there today still remember that I was starting the Shephard enterprise and was trying to do all types of things and stuff. See, they didn't have the computer back then. I had to type everything out and stuff like that. And then I went from there and then went into the military, right? When I went overseas, and I still pushed it. Now, it was very difficult, but I made a lot of money. Okay, I did. I made a lot of money while I was overseas. And then I come back and I still worked on the business part of it, right? I went back to college, studied business administration, got into, uh, computer science, learned programming. I did all those different things. And see, all these different things help you not listen to people. I had jobs where I was like a telemarketer and I listened to people who had degrees in marketing. I was working in the areas where people had degrees in communication, public relations. I listened to them. I listen how they talk to people, how they think, everything like that. And then I read books, okay, too. Right? You have to read, and not just one book. A lot of people like say, "Well, I like this one individual," and I follow this person. You know, don't listen to more than one person. Okay, please do. Listen to more than one person. Read more than one author of the same subject. Okay, and find out how different people think. Because see, this person may be blessed to give you one point, right? And he may expand on that point through various means. But then the key to it may be in another book by another author. See, so you might have to read across a lot of different venues until you find out, hey, listen, okay, I understand what's going on because there's a big puzzle, right? Um, so there are, my next thing is why is there still viewable men in young boys' body? Okay, now I'm trying to be as nice with this, but I'm gonna try to be straightforward. Okay, some people have issues, right? Some people have issues where it's that they're thinking that they really thinking that people owe them something, man. Or they think like I've seen people that went to college, right? And you cannot, telling you, you cannot get them to listen to you, man, because they feel they got a degree. Everybody's stupid, and they and I should have to tell a person I've been to college, you know, um, and in type of studies I studied to a point to where it got me where I am right now. My experiences, my professional experiences throughout the years, but some people just don't believe me. Um, I grew up not a very hard life, but a very hard life. Different. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in a rough neighborhood, man, and I wasn't really a fighter, right? But I knew how to keep people off me, so I made weapons and stuff like that. So you have to, you know, you got like I said, you got these individuals that think that, and there's different categories in this, right? Okay, as far as whilst there's still viewable men in a young boy's body, because um, uh, you got some weak ass men out there, man. Okay, and they think everything's a damn game. And we're not talking about like they young. See certain things that you do as a teenager. You understand? You're really not expected to be doing in your 20s. And what you did in your 20s, you really, it's really expected you not to be doing it in your 30s or what you do in your 30s. And. But once you get past 35 into your 40s, things kind of like pan out in maturity. You might learn a lot of different things, get more wiser. But then everything kind of pans out. So as the older you get, it kind of like levels out where it don't matter how old you are at that level, okay, unless you Hopefully, you read a lot of books and everything. You have retained information that you need in order to get to where you are. Um, it's up to you, okay? Um, what you want to do, in your life. Now, I found out, okay, in the past, and even now, okay, you got a lot of guys out there who are they're grown ass boys, man, and then you got individuals out there who they really think that you are beneath them, right? And it don't matter what race, what something like that, what culture they come from. They just think that way, man. They just think they're better than you. I'm talking like, and no matter what you say, and so that and I'm talking like, you be president of the United States, man, they still gonna say they ain't shit. So you must, you must draw a circle, around yourself and say, okay, well, this is who I am, and I'm not budging. Okay, I may listen, right? But I already know what direction I'm going. And the direction you go, you put another circle out there, you step in that circle until you get to where you're going. So um, it's you really have to talk to people though, because like I was saying, yes, I've seen some grown ass boys, man, and they complain and they gripe, everything like that. I've seen men complain more, more worse than women. I mean, these guys just, they just be complaining for no reason. And then you got these young guys out there, man. You can't tell them nothing, man. You can't. They're lazy. You can't tell them nothing, and they expect everything to come back to them. Now, usually, what I do, I try to talk to these individuals, these young men, and I try to explain to them a lot of things. Some listen, some don't, and I try to explain to them as listen, everything that you do in life, it's going to hurt a little while, right? But until you adjust yourself, adjust your mind and body to these pitfalls and stuff like that, and get up and keep moving and take that as a life learning experience, you're gonna you're gonna fall back, man, and you're gonna be in a bad place. Okay, you really are. You're gonna be in a bad place, man. Um, so that's it. Okay. Um, Again, I would like for you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would like for you to like and share, and then click the alarm button so that whenever I make new YouTube videos, you'll be alerted. Okay, and come out to my website too. I'm gonna put my website down in the comments, and just like I have a lot of different meaty blogs out there, right? And I think that you would really be interested in. So go out there and take a look at it, you know, and tell me what you think. Okay. All right. This is Nicholas Shepherd from the Shepherd Family Enterprise, Business Administration, and Information Systems Consultants. Peace.